Hey everyone, welcome to Gamescom Day 1. I'm Peter Brown here with Martin Gaston. Both of us have had a chance to talk with Sony and their developers about the indie side of things, which was a big focus of their presentation last night.
Yeah, they had a big slide that said PlayStation, Hearts, Indies. They are making this a major focus for the console. And you guys probably know this at home because we've been going about it for months. Like Sony's been banging this drum for a long time, but we've been sort of getting involved in it while we're here.
Yeah, and it's really not all talk. I think each of us had examples today that really, I guess, proved their point that they do love indies and that they're trying to, obviously they're doing it for business reasons, right? It helps Sony to sort of get that section of the market that currently is really only thriving on the PC. But you talked to Adam Boyes today, and can you explain a little bit about what he told you in regards to how they're forming these relationships?
I did. So Adam Boyes is basically Sony's executive over in America who sort of lures in developers to like come and make PlayStation games.
Yeah.
And he seems like he's great at it. Yeah. But there's a real passion from this guy about getting great games on the platform. And the thing that I think resonates the most with me is that if you saw the conference yesterday, there was the phrase used that they wanted to get the sort of creativity and imagination seen in PlayStation 1 era titles.
Yeah. They mentioned some of the devs that I talked to that they all play some of the mainstream games for fun, but where their heart really lies is in creating experiences that allow the user to sort of use their imagination to form their own relationship with the game. The example is Shadow of the Beast. No one saw that coming, and the dev was talking about as a kid. There are these things in the game where, why are there jet propulsion engines inside of a cave that you have to avoid? Well, the game doesn't explain it, right? And that's sort of the antithesis of what happens today, where every finite detail is just beaten to death with backstory and explanation so that there's no questions left. But it's very important, I think, that gaming has sort of that whimsical nature of why is this the way it is? And leave it up to the player to figure it out. But when I talked to these devs today, they were giving examples where Sony is not providing them a studio, but giving them, buying them space to work in, giving them, access to sound studios to record their audio tracks, giving them localization help for all the different languages that it might end up in. That's the sort of thing that wouldn't happen before, but it's giving these developers a chance to get their ideas out there, and not just the bare minimum, but really kind of hit a home run and get their idea and realize it to its fullest potential.
And one of the other interviews I've had today was with MD of the UK, Fergal Gira, and he was saying how Sony really wants to provide these tools and to do all this creative stuff so that when the next big game happens, it's on a Sony platform.
Yeah.
So they're trying to, it's the idea of luring people in again. They're sending out the line and they're waiting for the next big game to bite, hopefully on a Sony platform. And there's a business aspect to that because the next big game, everyone wants to have the next Minecraft.
Sure.
It's obviously a business and a financial and a corporate aspect to that. But when you talk to the guys from Sony at a conference like this, you feel that there is actually heart and passion and soul and a desire for great games out of them, and it's really fun. Really fun.
There was a dev who was presenting today. He didn't cry, but you could almost tell that his throat, he was getting choked up because when he was explaining how Sony gave him an opportunity to sort of make the game he'd been dreaming to make it since he was a child, you could tell that he was genuinely grateful that he was able to do this. And I think if you have devs that have that passion, and you have the key to let them realize it, that's going to create some great games. And that's what this industry needs. We need that sort of kick in the pants. And it needs to be on more than just the PC.
So that's right. So you've got two dudes in their 20-somethings wearing plaid shirts who play games for a long time saying, we need more indie games. Maybe we're right, maybe we're wrong, but they're here.
Yeah, they're at Gamescom, and we're just getting started. We've got a few more days to go, so stick with GameSpot for the rest of the week for more coverage on mainstream and indie games. Thanks for watching.